Hi, this is Lisa for I Am Radio. I've been thinking this week about moments and taking a breath, rest, self-care, whatever you'd like to call it. About a couple of weeks ago I got this horrific cold. I don't get ill a lot, but when I do it does tend to be quite epic. And I've finally got my voice back, which is great. But it made me think about, and as a trainee counsellor, you do tend to think this way. It made me sit back and look and think about the last few months. And in the last few months, I've been ill more times than I have in years. So I was sitting back and thinking about this, and because you do tend to wonder, is what's behind it? Is there something behind it? Is there something I'm doing? Is there a pattern of behaviour here? And the pattern of behaviour for me is I am far too busy. I am always far too busy. Now, don't get me wrong, that is not a bad problem to have. That's an amazing problem to have, to be busy. However, because of my creative, fanatic, lively brain that never switches off, I want to do 20 things at once. And I can't understand, and my body can't physically understand. My body can't cope with 20 things at once. But I think I can. My brain literally, what do you mean I can't write that book? What do you mean I can't do that course? What do you mean I can't go out that night? What do you mean I can't go to the library and do this? What do you mean I can't go out and have fun? What do you mean I can't do everything within this space of time? So that this cold recently, this flu bug, which was quite epic, forced me to rest, and I mean truly rest, like go to bed, go to my bed for 3:30pm disco naps, which is not like me at all, but it forced me to rest. It forced me to look at my diary and cancel everything that I thought was important. It forced me to take a breath. It forced me to consider self-care. And it was during those moments of sitting, listening to a podcast, or sitting resting and listening to, watching Line of Duty. It took me being forced to be quiet and still to realise that I cannot do everything at once. Now, it's a hard concept for me to get, because there's, my perfectionist brain thinks that I can and I should. However, practically, I can do it all, but I just can't do it all at the same time. So I need to choose my focus and what I'm needing to focus on. And when it came down to that sitting and being still and reading a book and just watching a TV programme and resting, it became to me extremely clear what I needed to focus on. It made me think about where I was really passionate and where I wanted to direct that passion. The ideas that were coming into my head for the particular project were just, it's like bubbling volcano mass. That's how I would describe it. It's that feeling of just before you're about to light a fire, and it's just that moment where the fire ignites in the wood and takes the wood and becomes, the fire and the wood is no longer separate elements. They're now together. They're working together, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel at the moment. So I would like to actually say thank you to this bug that I had recently, and this message that the universe at large seems to have been trying to send me for the last few months, is that while I will do everything I want to do, because that is part of my determined, never give up personality, I need to focus on one thing at a time, and do that one thing at a time, or do 2 things at a time, you know. And I really want to say 3 or 4, but let's be practical here, you know. So I want to really focus. So I'm focusing my energy on a couple of things now, and I feel great. I feel really good. I feel invigorated. I feel better for taking that pause and acknowledging that self-care that I needed to take for myself. You can't help other people if you won't help yourself. You know, and sometimes your body just shuts you down and says, okay, you're not listening, we're going to make you listen. You know, I had that for weeks before then. Kept getting this message, you know, like it would say, you know, if you don't stop, you're going to get ill. And of course I never listened to it, because I know better. Of course I do. But it turns out, you know, I don't. So sometimes being forced to sit and take a moment is one of the best things you can do. It's a gift, you know, because you're sitting back and everything falls into place and everything becomes completely clear. And it's just awesome. Just absolutely awesome. So you'll be seeing what I'm focusing my time on the next few weeks. But I'm back, baby, and I'm feeling better. So this is Lisa for I Am Radio, and I'll see you next time. Bye.